No. This isn't the real New York. Now this is the real New York. For the last month, I've been living here in Manhattan, New York, and I've been doing all the research to make sure you know everything that you need before you make your move to the big city. Uprooting your life is always scary, especially when it's to a city as big as this. So I've broken down the city into 5 categories to try and give you an idea if moving to New York is the right thing for you to do. I'm gonna be talking about the cost of living. I'm gonna talk about your entertainment options here in the city. I'm gonna talk about the work environment, the quality of life, and of course, the food. Let's get into it. $150 really doesn't go that far in New York. It's the kind of place that if you got 2 suitcases, you can't fully open your door anymore. This is a really trendy hotel and it's in Tribeca, which is a really nice neighborhood. But yeah, it's time to move on to an apartment. The place you choose to call home will become your greatest expense. And believe it or not, this very standard 1-bedroom room is gonna cost you $3,600 a month. Before you just put a big X over the idea of living in New York, I'll show you there are cheaper alternatives. But to be in your own place, to have no roommates and be in Soho within walking distance of all the best restaurants, all of the best nightlife, basically being in the heart of Manhattan, you have to pay a pretty penny. But to have a living room this size, to have a dryer and a washing machine, and a full-size kitchen is an absolute luxury. So let me show you what you can do to keep things a bit more affordable. This is my friend Brett's. He is a roommate, and split down the middle, this would go for about $1,750 a month, which sounds like a lot, but to have this view, a couple of balconies, and amazing daylight, this is a steal for lower Manhattan. So you can either get more roommates, have less space, and stay in Manhattan, or do what most people do, and that's staying outside of the main core of downtown. And luckily, you can commute to the city very easily. So, New York's public transportation system is amazing. It can get a little sketchy at night, you meet a lot of characters, but the prices aren't too bad. 7 days unlimited is $33, 30 days, a full month for $127. But the subway connects you across the whole downtown core and way outside of it, so this will be your way to go if you want to get cheaper rent. You've got e-bikes and e-boards. Choose your fighter. How much did you pay for this guy?
After tax and shipping, it was like $3,000.
All right.
So, but if you add up with the subway, if you do a yearly pass on the subway, it adds up to over $1,500 a year. And that's before, you might take an Uber here and there. So transportation in New York City, it's not surprising if it's over $2 grand a year.
Now, if you didn't pack your lunch, no stress. Come to Chinatown, and for $8, you can get this. Thank you. I'm a little offended she brought me a fork, but for $8 to get all this food, I mean, look, you can take these away. If you're not into Chinese food, no worries. I got you.
Thank you.
So good. And the guac is not extra. But by far the cheapest alternative, and the way I stayed afloat through university, $2 slice of pizza. I'm so full, I don't want to keep eating. It's surprisingly good. Not gonna change anyone's life, but it's $2. And lastly, the reason I will be broke if I stay another month in New York, my caffeine addiction. Chris, I have bad news. I'm not gonna be able to pay you this month. I got the oat milk. $6 to $8, very standard here in New York City on a coffee. But on the bright side, it tastes so good.
One thing everyone has to account for is like tipping at least 20% here in the city.
So my thoughts on the cost. It is so damn expensive, one of the most expensive cities in the world. But on the bright side, you do have semi-affordable transportation, and you can overnight ship just about any affordable goods with like Amazon. For cost, I give it a 3 out of 10. In a city this big, there's a lot to do, and some of it can be really cheap. You can take a city bike around town, you can go for a run in Pier 26, or you can watch a New York sunset for free with the Staten Island ferry. Let me show you how we've kept ourselves busy here in the city over the last month. Rachel, I love you! And welcome to the world famous Central Park. Very special day.
It's our anniversary.
1 year together, and today is her day to surprise me.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is my day.
That's surprise number 1.
So cute.
And
wow.
That's the best view.
It is.
I'm so excited.
This is beautiful. Oh, that's so cute, baby. This is how you do Central Park. So this is 𝗦𝗧𝗕𝗦𝗧𝗜𝗢𝗏, and they set up these beautiful luxury picnics wherever you want, all across the city. But this has to be the most stunning view of it. Here's to the start of our date. Close your eyes. Give me a hand.
Oh no, you didn't! A baby! This is so meaningful to me.
My friends Rick and Kande have this brand called 𝗦𝗨𝗕𝗦𝗖𝗥𝗓𝗕, and they do these custom pieces. And so I got Ruby, her very own Ruby, and this is actually Ruby and I's first ever date. We went to 𝗦𝗨𝗕𝗦𝗧𝗜𝗢𝗏 Island, where it all started.
Thank you very much. All right, let's go.
Surprise date number 2. Right now we're on the Amtrak, and we're leaving New York. Where are you taking me? Where the heck are we?
We're in New Jersey.
Okay, let me guess. Are we doing pottery?
That was very close.
Whether you're visiting or living in this city, there's no better way to appreciate its beauty and its grandeur. We used heli flights, and if you can afford it, this is a must-do experience.
Hold this.
What?
All right, are you ready?
The police have already been notified.
I can't.
That's a stare. This is horrible. I've never been so confused in my life. What?
It's a private movie theater.
Oh, wow. This is incredible.
It's a movie theater.
Hi baby, it is our 1 year anniversary today, which is very special.
I don't think I've ever had someone do something so sweet for me. She made me a 5-minute video of our best memories together, all like these iPhone clips and just funny moments I forgot over the last year. And also, if you're looking for an insane date idea, this is it. This is MCM Creative. They book out this room. It's so beautiful. Okay, today's my turn to surprise her, so we're off to meet with some friends. Excited?
I think I found out what we're doing today. Look at this beautiful city, New York City.
No matter where you travel, it's always best when you get to see it with locals. And Lost Creator Academy is how I met 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 actually picked us up at the airport when we first landed at the beginning of our month in New York. Never in my life did I expect it would lead us here, but that's the beauty of striking a conversation with any local in any place. We're back in Manhattan. In a city of concrete, how do you get away from the city? A square patch of lawn, some lawn furniture, and a big movie theater out on the rooftop.
What a great date idea.
Wow. This city has something for everyone, and it's world class at that. But the downside is you won't have outdoor adventures at your back doorstep. You'll have to go out of the city, and some activities are unavailable during the winter, so you only get them for about half the year. I give entertainment an 8 out of 10. Now, I don't know about you guys, but unless I have an efficient workspace, I never feel quite at home. Let's see if New York can be that space for me. Much better. So in the city, you'll definitely find some coffee shops that are catering toward the digital nomad. Big desk seating, power outlets to plug in. The downside though is they can be a little distracting to work from my experience. But the worst thing is you're gonna be on the hook for these $6 coffees, and you're gonna be tempted to get them a lot. You're gonna be buying food, snacks, and next thing you know, you're racking up some serious bills to work out of a coffee shop. As we know, New York is ridiculously expensive, and with that, most people don't have a suitable space to work from. And so I wanted to show you guys different work options, and one of them is right here. Working at the WeWork co-work station. There's many co-work spaces in New York, WeWork being one of the most popular. And I went in and chatted with the team, and it's actually super compelling. For $2.99, you get unlimited access for the month. Even on weekends and after hours, you can stay round the clock. If you commit 3 months, it's down to $1.99 a month. And if you want to just do a drop-in for a day, it's $30. On a daily rate, it's a little expensive, but at the very least, it does include things like seltzer water, coffee, and they even have oat milk. And the last thing that I have to say is co-work spaces often give you community, which when you're moving somewhere is so critical to enjoying your time, to feeling connected to the city that you're in. So I would highly recommend a co-work space, even if it's not this one. So we've got coffee shops, we got co-work spaces, and the last option is this, getting your own office space. Now, this isn't my space, this is my good friend Brett's place. He's paying $2,000 a month to have access to this place. He does get it 7 days a week. He can stay here 24/7. So why would you pay like 10 times the price of a co-work space? The answer is simple. It's being able to leave your things in place and have them ready to roll, ready to go whenever you get into work next. And there's something about efficiency that really can't be underplayed. But when you have all your things in one place, you take on a bit of a risk. And that is a natural part of life. And that's why today's video sponsor has been such a great fit for this office space, and that is Simply Safe. And Simply Safe is one of the easiest and most fantastic ways to be able to monitor your home, to be able to unlock the door for your cleaners, your best friend, even when you're not home, and to have peace of mind of knowing all of your goods are protected. I love when I get to work with products that I've always wanted, and a smart security system is one of them. Naturally, I'm always on the road, and one of my biggest concerns is what happens at my house when I'm gone. As soon as I get back to Bali, I'll be installing this entire security system. From the Video Doorbell Pro, a smart lock that I can open remotely. I even have this device which can hear if any glass breaks in the house, and I'll have all of my windows wired, so if anyone tries to force them open, the security system will know. A security system could be the difference between someone breaking in and taking everything, or somebody getting spooked and taking off as soon as they hear that system go off. I can finally steal the cat of good fortune. My dreams have come true. See you later, Brett. Oh no! And I would have gotten away with it if it weren't for you meddling kids. I'll get you next time. Crushed another seltzer water. My favorite thing of working here is bathroom breaks. I'm always worried I'm gonna deck someone coming down the hallway here, or myself. But this is the best part. This is how we efficiently get to the bathroom. 11, 10. It's that work-life balance. Woo! With lightning fast internet, with the ability to go downstairs, have a grocery store. This is the New York lifestyle.
You gotta spend more time here.
I do need to spend more time here. New York is one of the best networking hubs on the planet. You have co-work spaces and coffee shops, and when you're here, you'll feel the motivation to keep hustling and moving forward. The only downside I can think of is to get a home office will be extremely expensive, making it out of reach for most people. I give the work hustle mentality of New York a 9 out of 10.
But wait, doesn't New York have some of the most expensive taxes in the whole country?
I give the city an 8 out of 10. So New York food can be whatever you want it to be. In this case, we're here at our local bodega getting a cheap bagel with some bacon, egg, and cheese. Thank you. Or you can come to a Parisian style pâtisserie like Chanson. And today we've got ourselves a grilled cheese sandwich with,
I believe it is a banana, brown sugar, caramelized, brioche French toast served with fresh blueberries.
now that was a top 3 grilled cheese sandwich of my life. And I actually want to show you guys what it's like to eat here in New York and some staples that many New Yorkers will already know. We are back here at Village Square Pizza. And if you guys saw my first New York video, you'll probably remember this spot.
Like almost 2 years ago, Christian and I were looking for a new amazing New York City pizza place, and ever since, I have been coming here at least every week.
There it is. Wow. These guys are all set. Enjoy it.
That's how you do New York pizza.
Pizza just brings the world together.
At first I was like $4.50 for a cookie. It's kind of weird, but now it's like, I get it. This is literally a burger. It's got like the best part of the crunchy cookie with the inside, which is still cookie dough because they make them so thick. I would have paid 10 for it. So what's this all about?
This is the local spot for a Sunday bagel. Can't beat it.
Now this isn't exactly a hidden gem by any means, but it is known to be one of New York's best bagels. This is Tompkins. Whoa. Now that is a bagel. Everything bagel with scallion and bacon, cream cheese. Mmm. So good.
Thank you. This is Penelope's, one of the best brunch spots in New York City. Just look at that. New York style.
The food culture is through the roof. You will never ever, no matter how long you live here, be able to experience all of the amazing restaurants there are. This is about $13. Throw in a tip, throw in taxes, throw in an oat milk latte, and it becomes $25 very quick. Now don't get me wrong, it's nice to go out for food, but nothing beats having your amazing friends do a home-cooked meal. You guys are amazing. Oh, is this for me? Yeah. Yeah.
This restaurant, 𝗬𝗏𝗘𝗚 Steakhouse, is rated as the most expensive restaurant dish in America.
Really?
We are having gold-covered Kobe beef steak.
So we just had the burrata, the calamari. The burrata is actually imported weekly from Italy. Because we haven't eaten enough, we've come for one final little celebration.
And this is La Grande Boucherie.
This is a traditional French restaurant, and it's in the most beautiful setting I've ever seen. I love this very European look. No exaggeration, that was like a top 5 meal of my life and the best meal of New York. Can't beat it.
I can concur. It was quite phenomenal.
All right, let's go to the next spot if we can handle it. Let's go, beautiful.
About 100 different flavors and sensations just went through my tongue.
New York, you do it right. It's New York, enough said. The best food in the world and the best of every kind of food, all in one place. The only downside is I had to sell my kidney to add the oat milk to my cappuccino this morning, but that's price related. So for that reason, this is the gold standard for food. Now, there's a lot that goes into living somewhere, and that's why I wanted to talk about the lifestyle of New York, as broken down by these categories. The people of New York can be a bit of a polarizing topic. Love it or hate it, they're very direct. They're very blunt. They're not always smiling. Yeah, that was sick.
Yeah, what's up, YouTube? See, I'm from Georgia. Everybody's all smiles and we all together. Up here, I feel like the smiles is there.
Yeah.
It's just not showing it. That natural mean mug is taking over.
What's your name?
Keon.
Keon. All right. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
Have a good one, bro.
So, the stereotype is kind of true. But what I will say is when you break down the wall, when you get to know a New Yorker one-on-one, they're incredibly kind. The best thing you can do when coming to the city is become part of a social group, a community. Whenever you have a shared passion and interest, it becomes so easy to build lasting relationships. Just the other day, I hosted a Lost Creator Academy meetup where content creators from all over New York and even a couple members flew from out of country to be here to just hang out. We flew in from San Juan, Puerto Rico. Major shout out. That shared passion for photography and videography and content creation is what made our connections so strong. In short, find your community, find your squad, your circle, and you will soon form some of your best relationships. Bye guys! See ya! The atmosphere can be pretty hectic, very loud, and sometimes you're gonna feel the need to run to a pier or Central Park to just get away from all of the honking, the sirens. It just comes with the territory of being in a big city. But the positive is you do have a ton of options. The city invests a lot in making sure the quality of living for New Yorkers is really high. You've got lots of different parks where you can jog in. You've got all sorts of different venues where if you have money, you can escape from a bit of the craziness. It definitely has a little bit of something for everyone, assuming you have money. Keeps coming back to money, doesn't it? But one thing that must be said is the energy of the city is very high. You've heard it before, everyone is go, go, go. Everyone is working toward their better tomorrow. And it's kind of an energy that I love. I love the fast-pacedness of the city. Some people won't. but I see it mostly as a positive. And as far as safety goes, honestly, I feel very safe in this city. To go down an alleyway, whether it be daytime or nighttime, especially when you're down in South Manhattan, safety has never been a concern. The only exception would be theft. As a kid, I actually had my home broken into and we lost a lot of our goods, including our personal computer, which had all of my mom's photos on it. That was like a decade's worth of photos gone forever. And that's why Simply Safe is a must-have for any homeowner. Simply press this button.
Please exit now.
The office is now armed, and in 60 seconds, all of my monitoring tools will be going off, including the motion sensor in the corner and the device that monitors for windows breaking.
Simply Safe on. Away.
Don't move. Is that sparkling water? No way.
Alarm off.
I was about to steal Brett's computer, but guess I'll leave it today. Simply Safe gives you the peace of mind of knowing you can watch over your home no matter where you are, but the amazing thing is you don't have to be a handyman. I literally set up majority of these tools in under an hour, and the only piece that might take a toolkit would be the smart door system, but I'm gonna install that when I get home. Let's go! You're a legend. So the weather in the city, that is something that's hard to describe. You literally get it all. You get snow, you get thunder, you get rain, you get beautiful sunny days like today. Just know you get all 4 seasons and the extremes of all ends. It can be beautiful, and then it can sometimes be miserable. Now for a city this big and this congested, I have to say getting around is super easy. Everything has been made walkable. You'll find pedestrian walkways everywhere. The public transport system is pretty good. Not necessarily enjoyable, but it's efficient. You can use bicycles, you can use e-bikes. So we got here in 8 minutes. Probably would have taken about 20 minutes and $20 with an Uber. This is the way to get around New York City. You can't beat it. Just do yourself a favor. Watch out for potholes. And of course, you've got your taxis, your Ubers, your Lyfts, but they will rack up the bill pretty quickly. And sometimes traffic above land gets pretty crazy. You'll be better off taking the subway when that happens. Yet again, another beautiful work day. Spent a lot of time in the office, bit of time going to get some food, and ending it off with a beautiful sunset here at Pier 26. And this is actually where I've been coming in my mornings to go for a little run. It's about a 4-kilometer run back and forth from my place, about 2.5 miles. It's been one of the best things of my day, just kind of a distressor. Now look, I've only been here a month, but if there was one person that could summarize the lifestyle of New York, it's this guy.
It's a long time coming. We've been friends for like the past 6 years on the internet.
Yeah.
Only met up a handful of times.
Eric's been through so many stages of his career, his life here in New York, from being budget, staying in a little tiny flat that had a Murphy bed just to make space for the daytime, to now being in a beautiful 2-bedroom apartment in Soho. I'm curious, how would you describe the lifestyle of New York?
It's a double-edged coin for sure. I've lived both sides of it, which is interesting. I've lived the side where you're on the treadmill, living essentially paycheck to paycheck, working a job you might not necessarily enjoy to have the chance to do something you love. Then on the flip side, finding some success here and getting to experience the world-class food, the people. It's mainly the people you get. You know, you meet very interesting people through, you know, working, grinding, and making it happen.
But one thing I'm picking up on in a very short span of time is that it takes a lot of money to really enjoy what the city has to offer. You want to go for dinners, it's going to cost. If you want to join the local gym, you're going to be dishing out quite a bit of money to make all of this happen. You don't have that dream job just yet. You might find yourself on a treadmill just trying to get by. But I don't want this to come across too harsh, because there are a lot of incredible free things. You can go to Central Park and take out a bike. You can go for a jog here on the pier, watch sunset. Not everything is going to cost you. I think what you said is so interesting. You said like some of your happiest days were the simplest.
When I moved here, I had that goal of what I wanted. If I didn't have that, it would have been very hard to be here. But then thinking back to those early times, it wouldn't mean as much as it does now if I didn't go through what I went through in the beginning.
But the city is definitely something special. Hey?
I mean, it really is. Look at us right now.
Leo, any words? This one was the hardest for me to review because we might not agree on this, but for me, New York is a giant concrete jungle full of noise and construction and traffic, and sometimes people can be a little cold. But on the bright side, there's such a fun and fast-paced energy that's just contagious, and I love that about New York. It's also one of the cultural melting pots of the world. You get all people of all walks of life, and that diversity is something that's definitely a pro. Yeah, that's why. 6 out of 10. So, 7 out of 10. It's maybe a controversial score for some people, or maybe you think it's dead on. I'm actually very curious from your experience, what do you think I missed? Do you think you would have rated it differently? And if so, comment down below. I'm really curious to hear your thoughts. And guys, this is not the end of this series. I'm gonna be taking this series across the world to different cities, different destinations. And I think as a digital nomad, this is such a great way to get a better understanding of where might be a good place to set up your business. If you wanna help us decide where to travel to next, the best thing to do is comment down below. Do you want us to go to another American city, start traveling abroad from Croatia to Portugal to Bali, or maybe Miami? Comment down below and we'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you want to keep your office or your home space safe, then definitely check out simplysafe.com/𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 is. It's super simple to set up, very intuitive, and absolutely no contracts. So go and check that out. And guys, on that note, let's get lost again in the next one.